hopeful, thinking, we're going to win. We got to go out there and got to earn the win. It's very hard to win a National Football League. We all understand that.
Got to go out there and earn the win. Welcome here into Teal, the show. The Jaguars are 1-0 going into week 2, and they got to get out there to Cincinnati and see if they can come up with a big dub this week. We got Kyle Ashley hanging out tonight. Kyle, it doesn't get too much bigger than this. Have you ever had Skyline chili?
I have not, no.
Neither have I, and I have no intention of trying it, especially not this week.
Not a big chili guy.
Huh?
Not a big chili guy.
Yeah, and that is a combination. It's chili on top of spaghetti, so that's the Cincinnati Bengals thing of sorts.
If you say so.
Hey, that's what they say so.
So we got a lot of Cincinnati talk, but before we get to that, we do little recap. Tank Bigsby traded to the Eagles, and some fans were kind of surprised. Some fans weren't happy. We actually had a caller on the Duval dial-up kind of give us what he thought on the trade.
Jaguars pulling the same stuff. ETN has one good game, and they get rid of their best running back and put him up front.
Goodbye.
I can see it coming.
He could see it coming. I don't know about that. I know in the offseason there was some talk that maybe ETN might be the one, but he did have a pretty good game, so he was right about that.
Yeah, look, it was definitely a big game for Travis. I think the trade popping earlier this week caught a lot of people off guard.
For sure.
But, I think it's something that I don't know if I could say I saw it coming. It was a question that I raised. At some point during training camp, I remember sitting in our office, and I said, well, what if they trade Tank instead of Travis? And I don't think that was greeted with very good reactions. But, look, I think it's something that makes a ton of sense. Travis Etienne has been extremely successful. He fits into this scheme. He had a huge game. He can do what the Jaguars want to do, where Tank Bigsby was a little bit more one-dimensional. Not a great pass catcher, not a guy you want out there pass blocking. So Travis gives you the versatility that Liam Cohen's looking for. Trade makes sense to me. I'm not as heartbroken about this one. I definitely wouldn't call Tank Bigsby their best running back. So I think this is something that they made a good move. I think they're very high on the rookies. We saw LaQuint Allen playing, something I've been saying since day one. And look, if you go back and watch the couple of carries that Bashal Tutin had while he didn't pop anything, I think you'll like what you see.
Okay, so we're going to cover that a little more, but first we did hear from offensive coordinator Grant Udinski, and he was kind of asked about those three backs that you just mentioned. Let's hear what he had to say.
I think one of the things that you probably saw this past weekend was his ability, pass game, run game, screen game, that flexibility and versatility, shows up. And that's, like the other guys, a testament to his preparation, some of the situations that he might not have been in on or might not have excelled at previous times or earlier in training camp or in the spring. He's worked at and improved and been able to do that at a high level. I think for Tutin, you see the athleticism, the explosiveness, the ball carrier ability, vision, all of those things that will only continue to get better as he becomes more comfortable with our run scheme. He's also another guy that's improved in the pass game, whether it's routes or protection, doing things that he hasn't been asked to do before. So his progression in that mentally and physically has been awesome to see. LaQuint, you love the physicality, the protection, the route ability out of the backfield. And then same thing for him in the run game, getting some opportunities to run different run concepts and schemes where maybe he didn't get a bunch of reps that the other guys got during training camp. But as he's gotten those reps, he's gotten better and better.
So, Jamal, let me ask you this. How does this affect the run game kind of as a whole? And then what do you think the rotation kind of looks like moving forward?
I think Travis Etienne's still your lead guy, and I think there's a couple of more reps in there for Bashal Tutin. He's going to kind of absorb a lot of the carries that you saw Tank Bigsby get. I think LaQuint Allen has his role. We saw that in week 1. There were some long third downs. Came in there as kind of the passing down back. They did give him a handoff or two, and he caught some short passes, and I think that's where LaQuint's going to live for now. Now, could that expand? Sure. But I think Bashal Tutin's going to be the biggest beneficiary here of moving on from Tank Bigsby. But I do think that Travis Etienne's the lead dog in that backfield.
So Tank was kind of your 4th and 1, downhill runner. Does Tutin become that guy, or do they stick?
I think so. I think for that 4th down handoff, it's probably Tutin at this point. Tutin's a kind of stockier build running back, pretty powerful guy, quick. Has some good vision. I think that makes sense. I don't think Travis Etienne's done bad in those short yard situations. While that was definitely a Tank Bigsby standpoint, you say 4th and Tank, I think you can go with either one of those guys, and I think we'll see a little bit of thing. I mean, look, they gave a handoff on 4th and 1 to De'Ami Brown. So I think Liam Cohen will be able to come up with something.
Okay, well, we'll have to wait and see. I know it'll probably be easier to get 3 people the ball than it was 4, so definitely something to look for.
Yeah, look, it's tough to get 4 guys active on game day, let alone have them all involved.
That is true. We got more coming up right after this break.
I look forward to going against anybody with eyebrows. Really.
He's so serious, too. It looks forward to going against anybody with eyebrows, and that covers just about everybody in the NFL. Jarian Jones, never change.
I love that's my guy, and I might have to take that one because that's a fun little saying. I mean, you saw the pause right after he says it. Everybody was just sitting there like, and then it was kind of like, okay, well, I guess that means he's ready to go against anybody.
I didn't know how to respond. It's the straight-faced delivery of the line that got me just... Anybody with eyebrows.
That's true. And you know who does have eyebrows? Jamar Chase, T. Higgins.
They both have eyebrows. 2 eyebrows on each of them.
They do.
So that's going to be the big matchup this week. Joe Burrow and that Bengals offense sure knows how to light up a scoreboard. So the Jaguars defense is going to have their hands full trying to slow them down. That means Tyson Campbell, Jarian Jones, and company are going to have to buckle up a little bit, right?
That is true. Also, Travis Hunter, we did hear Coach Cohen kind of say that he expects him to be, used maybe a little more on defense. How do you think that looks?
Look, I think we've seen it where that Travis Hunter can go both ways. He played a little bit on offense and a little sprinkle on defense against the Panthers. I know some people were ringing the red bell saying, oh, he can't. And they didn't need him. And this week, what I said on Monday night, they're probably going to need him against the Bengals. This is a pretty good passing offense. So I think we're going to see more Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter basically said that when we talked to him. He said that this was going to be his first time. He was excited because there were going to be more on his plate on the defensive side of the ball. How much that is, I guess we're going to have to wait and see on Sunday. But I would expect him to be massively involved. If you say that he's one of your better guys, well, when you're going against matchups like guys like T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Joe Burrow, you put your best guys on the field to try and slow them down. So we'll see how the balance works out because he played a whole lot of offense. Maybe this week he plays a whole lot of defense and a little bit of offense. But I think that this is good. You got to get your best guys on the field, especially when if you want to win the game, you got to slow down a couple of the best receivers in the league and one of the best quarterbacks.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him out there. Hopefully, like you said, he plays a little more.
Yeah.
And, just that's just good competition. I know we talked to some of the other players in the locker room. They're looking forward. So good competition all around. We also, one thing Liam Cohen talked about was just like the mentality on the road. He said, Jamar Chase is probably going to get one. Seeing how the team responds to that, that'll be fun to watch as well.
Yeah, look, this is going to be a fun game one way or another. There's little wrinkles all over the place. So the Bengals have a new defensive coordinator who actually comes from Notre Dame. So this is his first year in the NFL. I asked Liam Cohen during his press conference this morning, hey, you picked Jack Kaiser's brain? He just looked at it. He said, yeah, we did. So we'll see what maybe if Jack Kaiser was able to give him a few tips and tricks to how to attack an Al Golden defense as they go up there to Cincinnati. But this is sure to be a good game. I know a lot of coaches and players don't like measuring stick games, right, especially in week 2. But this is kind of a measuring stick game. Can you go up to Cincinnati? Can you take care of business against a team that's expected to at least be in the competition for the playoffs? And if they made a deeper run in the playoffs, nobody would blink an eye. If you can go up in their house and get a dub, that goes a long way of telling you what this Jaguars team is. Look, everybody was able to write off the Panthers win by saying, it's just the Panthers. You can't do that with Cincinnati.
No, and I mean it'll have a little good quarterback matchup too. Burrow v. Lawrence.
We've seen that one a time or two, right? Even dating back to college.
We have.
Technically, Joe Burrow is 2-0 against Trevor, though.
That is true.
2-0. 2-0 Joe Burrow. All right, we got a pretty good Duval dial-up from our buddy. We'll do the picks after this, but we got a call on the Duval dial-up from Bush Drive Rich. He wanted to share his pick for who he thinks is going to win this week.
Duval! I believe that we are going to win by 2 touchdowns. Yes, Jamal St. laughed at me on Monday's Teal the show when I said 2 touchdown win. I'm going to double down on it and give you a number. It's going to be 21-38. How you like that, Mr. St. Cyr? I'm telling you, we're going to get in there, control time of possession, run the ball down their throat, and the defense is going to get 2 more turnovers. Keep laughing, Mr. St. Cyr. Going to laugh yourself all the way to undefeated streak, all the way to Monday night. When we face Kansas City, we're going to be undefeated. I'm telling you, you heard it here right now on Teal the Show. We're going to be undefeated when we face Kansas City on Monday night.
Hey, undefeated going into Monday night is no laughing matter. Look, this is all fun and games, right? And
How you like that, Mr. St. Cyr?
how you like that? I like that pretty good. I would like them to be undefeated going into Monday night, and I would like to think that they're going to go up to Cincinnati and win the game. So, look, this is definitely a tough game. The Bengals are a legitimate team with a really powerful offense. I don't think they're going to go out there and completely dominate the action the way they did against the Carolina Panthers. But somehow, some way, over the course of the week, I've convinced myself I think they are going to go up there to Cincinnati and win. Strangely enough. I don't think it's going to be a 2-touchdown win like our buddy does. Give me 30-27.
Okay, 30-27. I've also hearing that call. I've convinced myself it's a 2-touchdown win. I'm going, 21-38. So I think I'm with them.
Woo.
I'm with them.
Y'all got them putting some points on the scoreboard.
Well, I'm looking for a shootout. I feel like it's been a long time since we've seen a shootout. A lot of high-powered offenses possibly. So I'm rooting for the shootout.
A shootout would be fun to watch.
It would.
A shootout would be fun to watch. We'll see what happens. Look, we know the Bengals offense can light up the scoreboard. It would be fantastic to see the Jaguars put up almost 40 points up there in Cincinnati. Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, we feel pretty good. Right now the Jaguars are undefeated, and if they go up to Cincinnati and take care of business, that means we got another Victory Monday show coming your way on Monday night, and the Jaguars would still be undefeated. That would also make them 2-0 for the first time since 2018. So it's been a while. And you know what? I think it's time. Hey, I also think it's out of time for us for Teal the Show tonight. We appreciate you hanging out with us. We'll be back here on Monday night. Fingers crossed for another Victory Monday. Hopefully, we will see you then. Good night, everybody, and go Jags.